What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another Prizepicks NFL player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys two picks that you win some money over here on Prizepicks in this NFL Thursday night football matchup for Week 3 between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. Excited to get into it. Coming off a video last time out where we went 2-0 on the MLB player props videos. Hopefully you've been tuning into those. We're currently on a 25-9 run on those, hitting at a 73.53 winning percentage. Looking to get a run started for NFL as well. Anytime that you see that there is a run in the video, if you're new to the channel, that means that we are hitting above a 65% hit rate for that sport and that app that I am covering. The reason that I do that is I do provide 2 free picks to you guys every day on the channel. I want to provide as much value as I can for free. And if you are hitting at above a 65% hit rate, you're going to get a 27% return on investment. As you can see here, went ahead and made this chart so you guys can see the visual. 2-mans, I do provide 2 picks. I would recommend running 5- and 6-man flexes on Prizepicks as it is optimal. But if you're hitting at a 65% hit rate on 2-mans, you're going to be getting a 27% return on investment. As you can see, once you hit at a 70%, you're getting a 47% return on investment, 75%, 69% return on investment on those 2-mans. If you go down to the 6-man flex, you're getting a 150% return on investment at that same 65% hit rate. 75, you're up all the way to a 428% return on investment. So that is why I do hold myself to that standard, being that I do provide 2 picks for free. Want to make sure that everyone that's tailing is profiting. However, like I said, there's a lot more that goes into this. Would recommend you run 5- and 6-man flexes. If you're looking to learn that, get more picks from me, you're listening to the content, you're like, this guy knows what he's talking about, I want more content. I do provide premium content packages. Those are linked below in the description. It is patreon.com/KJK_DFS. I've been commenting them as well. All you have to do is visit Patreon. You can type KJK DFS in the Find a Creator search bar. I should pop up for you right there, and you should be able to join. So we're on a 2-1 run right now. We got a 2-0 sweep, and then last time out, Bryce Young didn't throw an interception, and Kareem Hunt was a DMP because of that reboot. He went down with a season-ending injury, unfortunately. So obviously 2-1, a little bit less than impressive on our NFL videos, but we're just getting started. MLB, we've been crushing, looking to get that run started in the NFL. If you enjoyed this content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does greatly help me out, and I'll be helping you guys out with these videos for free all NFL season long. So let's talk about this game. We got a 43.5 over under. It is a 10.5 point spread in favor of the San Francisco 49ers. So 49ers are favored heavily in this one, as they should be. The New York Giants come into this game with no Saquon Barkley. They are by far the less talented team as is. So 10.5 point spread. We'll start with the Giants side with a pick that I like for you guys. The Giants are going to have to be playing from behind in this game. Really no surprise. For that reason, I expect them to have to throw a lot, try to make some downfield plays. And there's one player prop in particular that I like for that reason. It is going to be Mr. Darius Slayton. When you're looking at these sets for these New York Giants, they run a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. 59.1% of the time, they come out in a 3 wide receiver set. You can see Darius Slayton listed number 3 of the wide receiver depth chart as a split end wide receiver. And when we're looking at his ability to create as far as downfield, he is fantastic. You're looking at his receiving grades across the board on the season. He's got a 62.5 receiving grade, a little bit less than stellar, but last year in 2022, he had a 69.3 receiving grade. It's actually been better, and what I like about him is he's getting downfield. You're looking at the targets here. Targeted once the outside left 10 yards or more, that's where he really strikes. If you look at 2022 data for Darius Slayton, you can see he did a lot of his damage right here in the 10 to 20 yard range. You can see a 91.3 receiving grade at the outside left 10 plus yards, 94.3 over the middle 10 plus yards, 93.5 on the right as far as 10 plus yards. 6 for 8 as far as receptions, 125, 40 yards created after the catch on the outside right, 134, 34 created over the middle, 67, 27 yards after catch on the outside left. So that's really his striking zone. He's getting downfield. You're looking at his average depth of target in 2023. It's 16.5 yards per target, 12.6 average depth of target as far as 2022 is concerned. 2 games so far in the season. Last week against Arizona, his average depth of target was 22 yards. Was out there for 37 pass plays, and I expect him more of the same. We're looking at the projections as far as how many plays he's expected to be out there and stuff. Like I said, we're looking at 30 plus. Running a route on 97% of those snaps, so expecting him to be on the field a lot. Like I said, he's really excelling at that 10-plus yard catches. San Francisco, not the greatest of matchups for sure, as far as their coverage rating being so good and them just being an overall top defense. Obviously, there's a reason the Giants are going to be playing from behind this one. Niners, top 2 defense. As far as coverage rating, they're top 6. But, like I said, this game, Giants going to be playing from behind, 10.5 spread. They're going to be playing down probably the whole game. Let's be realistic. I'm expecting the Niners to get out pretty easily in front of this one. And the Giants, they have to throw. And for all the reasons that I just discussed with Darius Slayton, being that they run a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, being that he's getting down the field, great job of converting on those plays of 10-plus yards, and being that the Giants are going to have to throw from behind, he's just in a really good position to have to put up some yardage here, and I do like his receiving yards prop. We're getting some good value on it on sports books. It makes sense. We're getting a 1 receiving yard discount over here on Prizepicks. 34.5 receiving yards. You can see, talked about his average depth of target against Arizona last time out. Absolutely crushed this line. He put up 62 receiving yards, which is really no surprise to me when you're looking at the data as far as them having to play from behind. They had to play from behind last time. They got down big to the Cardinals. Expecting a very similar game script in this one for Slate. And you can see last time he had 6 targets, 3 receptions, 62 yards. 29 yards was his longest catch. Average of 20 yards per catch. So a guy that's going to be a downfield burner, a guy that's really trying to break out in this game as well, and a guy that's tied Paris Campbell for the lead in targets among Giants wideouts. So Slayton, I think, is in a great spot here to excel. Obviously, it doesn't even have to be in the competitive part of the game. The Giants realistically are going to be playing a lot of snaps down big in this game. He just needs 35 receiving yards. As far as the latest odds, I kept seeing this line climb on the books with the juice continuing to go up as well. Something I always look at and I like. He's at 35.5 receiving yards with minus 125 juice on the over. I know I was seeing minus 135 plus on other books such as DraftKings Sportsbook. Currently referring to Pinnacle at that 35.5 line, but I think I broke it down. Giants are going to be down big. They're going to have to throw downfield. Darius Slayton has been their downfield target. They're running a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. He's been out in the field for a lot of plays. And for pick number 1, we're rocking with the over 34.5 receiving yards here for Darius Slayton. And then pick number 2, talked about the Niners expecting to be up big in this one. I do expect them to just kind of crush the Giants tonight. I'm not going to lie. And there's a big matchup advantage at the tight end position for the San Francisco Niners. They have one of the best tight ends in the entire league in George Kittle, who is going to be in a fantastic matchup here tonight. When we're looking at the matchup for him taking on Mr. McFadden, who has a 58.5 defensive grade. George Kittle has a 27% matchup advantage as far as the tight end position, and for good reason. Micah McFadden has been terrible in coverage. Last year, over a total of 435 snaps, 172 in which he dropped back into coverage. He had a 30 coverage rating. 30 coverage rating out of 100. For those of you that don't know, that is terrible. This year, week 1, he had a 78.7, so he looked solid. But then week 2, back to his old ways with a 42.4 coverage grade. He's just not a good coverage linebacker. And when you put him on a guy such as a talented receiver in George Kittle, I think it's going to create some massive issues for him. George Kittle really hasn't gotten involved so far on the season, but I'm expecting that to change. You're looking at the last 8 weeks for the Niners as far as red zone tries. He's second only to their lead back in Christian McCaffrey. 9 red zone tries to him, 3 reception touchdowns, 37 yards, 9 targets in the red zone. So not only is George Kittle talented between as far as like midfield, but once he gets down in the red zone, he's going to be targeted heavily. The Giants are a terrible defense overall. They come in as a bottom 4 defense in the entire NFL so far as coverage rating is concerned. Bottom 5 with a 56.7 coverage rating. So you get the point. This is going to be a problem for them. George Kittle really hasn't gotten involved, and I'm expecting a big breakout game for him here in this one tonight. I would not be surprised in the least to see him get in the end zone in this one, and I do think he's going to be targeted heavily. I really think they're going to try to get George Kittle involved. Like I said, he hasn't had that huge game yet over the first couple of weeks. You can see 3 targets, 6 targets in week 2, though. 19 yards, just wasn't able to quite get it downfield, but I think his fantasy score is just simply too low. Latest blurb on him is he was held to 3 receptions second week straight, falling short. 2022 after returning from a groin injury. He improved later in the season, a little bit of a slow start. Kind of the same story. Fantasy managers don't freak out. I agree with that analysis 100%. And I think his fantasy score is simply too low here. 9.0 hitter, 9.0 fantasy score. As far as the odds on Pinnacle and like how this guy's expected to break down just from an odds aspect, he's heavily favored to go over 3.5 receptions. That's a 4 points right away for you guys. It's a PPR format on Prizepicks. He's expecting to get about 40 yards. That's going to put you at another 4 points. That's going to put him right up to 8. And then that's not including, obviously, the receptions, the touchdowns, etc. as far as Kittle's concerned. I really could see him getting in the end zone here. Even if he doesn't get in the end zone, I think they're going to try to get him involved. 4, 5, 6 catches. And you get the 6 catches, obviously, around 40 yards or so. It's going to put him right at 10 fantasy score, even without scoring the touchdown. But like I said, I think there's a good chance they're going to look to George Kittle early and often. Talked about the matchup as far as on the edge. It's going to be a really long day for Micah McFadden. I have a feeling, like I brought up, 27% matchup advantage as far as the tight end position for George Kittle, who has a 74.5 offensive grade, receiving grade at the tight end. Guy's a freak. Expecting a lot of targets to go his way here tonight. I think they're going to try to get him going in this matchup as far as having a mismatch. Talked about the massive total as well for the Niners, who do have a total of a 27 implied team total. I think there's a good chance 6 of those points could come from a catch from George Kittle. Not to mention there's a possibility that the Niners are without their second top red zone guy in Brandon Ayuk. I didn't bring that up just because it's not a guarantee, but he is questionable. If he's going to be ruled out in this one, there's a possibility Kittle gets even more involved, but that's not the end-all, be-all for me as far as this Kittle's play is concerned. I like it a lot regardless. For pick number 2, we're rocking with the over 9.0 fantasy score here for George Kittle, and that will be my 2 picks to get you into some money over here on Prizepicks in the NFL tonight for this Thursday night football matchup between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. You can use the promo code KJK DFS when you sign up on Prizepicks today to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. And if you're looking for more content from me, those instant push alerts, get notified as soon as I place tickets, the research tab, a whole lot more. Tons of stuff that I talk about in this video. Obviously, that's all going on in the back end when I'm giving out these picks. The premium content is where you want to be. It is linked below in the description. It's patreon.com/KJK_DFS. I will also comment and pin it. Best of luck on your Prizepicks NFL player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.